Hello, how you doing? It's me, 80's, and I'm going to talk about Prince. I guess I was wearing a purple shirt. I didn't go nowhere, so I'm wearing a purple shirt, the Mickey Mouse shirt. But it's the only purple shirt I have, and I had to contribute to Prince. And the reason why that I'm making a video about Prince because he passed away last week. I've been talking about my videos last week. I think the video yesterday about something else. I forgot what it was. And I mentioned that Prince had died, which was last week. The video I opened yesterday was the one I did last week. And the reason I'm doing a video on Prince because that's that's one thing I never hardly talked about, that he was so like a role model to me. You know, people say that I don't look like Prince, but how thin I act, I kind of act like Prince. They sometimes compare to him and Michael Jackson. And that's the time that I grew up in the 80's when both of them was popular. I never forget when I was actually 30 years ago, when I was 6 years old and 6 years old, in the 85, 84, 85, I begged my dad, and I told everybody that he had a Jerry curl, talking about Prince. People thought that, not to bring up race and thing, because he is a mixed race person. I found he also mixed with Creole, but I found that we always told he was black and Italian on both his mom and dad's side. I think he had Creole. And by him being super light skinned, some people thought that his hair was naturally straight or less kinky, and actually it was kinky. You know what I'm saying? I saw pictures of him, on Oprah. I had a debate with a lot of them. When he actually went natural, it showed I was telling the truth. Baby, I know how I have. This is a perm, I had this girl thought this was naturally straight hair who don't know me from Adam, you know what I'm saying? But this is a perm. It's all mine, no weave. Like some haters came thought it was weave in my hair. But anyway, but speaking of hair, remember about it because back in then he did purple rain, like a Jerry curl type hairstyle, and Jerry curls were big back in the 80's. I begged my dad, I said, please, let me get that an afro too. A little baby, big afro. And not a real backer, but no, not the Michael Jackson afro, but it was like a baby afro, but it was big. And then I said, please, get my hair like Prince. I want my the Jerry curl like Prince. No, I ain't getting your Jerry curl. Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? No, I didn't get a chance. Y'all who wore Jerry curls, I didn't get a chance to wear one, okay, due to him. So that's why. But I always like the Prince, like Philip Vasho was talking about Prince. I want to play, besides rock music, I want to play the guitar, watching the rock singers in the 80's. Besides him, I saw Prince playing the guitar. I mean, he wanted to use guitar. Purple Rain, I remember watching him on Purple Rain back in, it was 84, 85 at the American Music Awards, when they actually was true American Music Awards at the time. I remember, and I thought the purple stuff come on the backstage, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was blood, and it was actually purple. And I remember my grandfather said, why he kicked the microphone when he played the guitar? And and don't forget, I should have did a video also, and I had so much going on, I was working. I want to do a video on Vandy as well. Vandy, even though we have different belief systems on based on Christianity, because I'm not a Protestant, I'm a Catholic Christian since 13. And not the perfect one. Y'all see me fall sometimes. I was like that when I was a Protestant, but when she became evangelical Protestant, after she had, deal with almost died due to cocaine use, and I followed her. I liked her, but I know that not to be nasty, I loved her. She was sexy. And one thing I'm letting you know, these thoughts is going on, okay, we'll cut it all. If Vandy was that age right now, and if I want not to be nasty, and Lord forgive me, if I want to fornicate, Vandy would be the one I want to fornicate. These thoughts, I'm serious. Before Madonna tried to be nasty, the first one besides Vandy was Millie Jackson. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I didn't know who Millie Jackson was because they ain't playing her music in the radio. That's so funny because they said her music was vulgar. Now you got folks who got vulgar music edited on the radio. You know what I'm saying? And they getting more airplay. Well, Vandy was the one. I remember, besides Whitney Houston and Prince Kiss, me fell in first grade 30 years ago. Vandy Under Influence, baby. And I ain't, what I'm saying? And I learned, I heard Nasty Girl, but I did not know because because what I'm saying, your parents probably didn't want to listen, but I remember hearing the song Nasty Girl as a child. But I remember, I love me some Vandy. That was my baby. I remember watching her I saw Last Dragon. I remember watching her on Action. That's the edited version that came on 39 back in 1990 because, it came in 88. I couldn't watch it every time. Was 8 years old, going 9. But when it got, Vandy was my girl. Ooh, I love me some Vandy. And I see Prince chose her. The reason why we know about Vandy is because of Prince. Okay, and I love Prince had beautiful women. He went Vandy. He did Cindy Crawford. He did Martika. Martika. Step by step. Heart to heart, the Cuban American. I thought she was Mexican back in the day, but she's Cuban. Okay, she was on Kids Incorporated, played Gloria. That was her. He dated Mayte Garcia. I don't know why she left him for Tommy Lee. Okay, that's one. She's from Puerto Rico. She's Latina. She had a baby, and that was Prince's wife. Okay, and he did Apollonia Contero. I ain't seen Apollonia. She's on I Love 90s. You know what I'm saying? I think she's Mexican. She mixed Italian as well. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Vandy was black German, and she mixed with Hawaiian, Indian name. The name. I found out the DNA camp. I saw her Wikipedia updated, and also she did a sermon at the church. I'm not into Protestants that much, but I listened to her sermon. She had a beautiful spirit. But you know what I'm saying, and he had some beautiful women. That's one thing. As a feminine man, that's my role model right there. Besides all the role models I mentioned, those are modern day role models. I mentioned Vin Diesel, The Rock, what's his name, Tyson Belford. We can go old school. Prince was my role model. Prince wear the feminine stuff and still get the finest women in the world. And all men hated him because he didn't have to act super upper masculine to get some doggone women. If before he became Jehovah's Witness, later on started being more spiritual, started being more chaste, started to be more not to be nasty like he was back in the day. But Prince, I'm gonna tell you something. Prince proved all them fools. That's why Charlie Murphy talked about that on Dave Chappelle. He wears all the clothes that you think that's feminine, and still, I'm sorry to cuss, Lord, forgive me, still have some sex with them thighs, still fuck them thighs. I'm sorry to say it like that, okay? In a fine way, ain't no ratchet one. See, back in the day, in the 80s, you couldn't be no ratchet thigh. There was no such thing. If you gonna be a thigh, you look the part. These days, these women look any kind of way. Still get, I don't know how. You know what I'm saying? That's what, you know what I'm saying? Dudes, you gotta have some ratchet. No, she gotta look like, I'm sorry, I call it like it is. She gotta look like Vandy. If I want to be David and have a Jezebel, I gotta have one like Vandy. Don't mean God rest her soul. She changed her life. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Doggone it. I ain't gonna say get on ratchet shoes. Ratchet. I don't fool with them ratchet. Okay, so I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't fool. No, I don't like no. If I want, you know what I'm saying. So that's a whole nother subject. But that's true. If I want, to sin like that, not to say it's okay to that. No, I'm not to advocate. But I'm saying if I did, it had to be something like Vandy. It couldn't be these ratchet girls you see on the World Star. I'm sorry. They can't top that. But back then, if you want to be a thigh, and you was a fine, you had to look the part. You gotta look like the Playboy Mall. You can't look like off the street corner. I'm sorry, whether it be the hood or the trailer park. Can't do that. I don't rock that. Okay, so sorry, but he had the finest women out there. He proved to a lot of men you didn't have to be macho in order to get some women. He got some PSSY. Okay, but God, good, we gonna forgive me. He changed his life around. And he, even I'm not advocate Jehovah, he changed around, he started cleaning his life together. And a lot of people are speculating, just like Michael Jackson when he got Sony Records or his music back, that since he got his music back from Warner Bros. That he died. They're also speculating, I'm not into that Illuminati's mess, and I'm sorry, now in the music business, it's demonic. You have devils in all industries, whether it be churches, it could be, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, we had devils in corporate America. We think I want to work for myself so bad, because even here in Texas, we got a bunch of demonic folks who run corporate America, and they're evil too. They do talk to you any kind of way, and they think they're right, they can do it because they have a title. Okay, that's it. That's no subject. But the point is, that's the reason why that I think that I'm kind of think that he not, he committed suicide. He wasn't on drugs. You never heard him. He might did drugs, but he kept it on the low. Okay, he wasn't like advocating that I'm in love with the cocoa like some brother do on it. Okay, he wasn't kidding, but he cleaned his life around when he became Jehovah's Witness, and he started to live his life differently. And I give him that mad respect. I have different beliefs than he do, but I didn't think that he probably killed him. I don't think that he died drug overdose.